Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It'll be a big help. And also enjoy the rest of this video. So have fun. Hello everyone, Floop HD here, and welcome to a brand new series I'm starting. The series is going to be focusing on Adobe After Effects. Now, my last video, or my first video on this channel, I should say, is started a series with Cinema 4D. Now, I mentioned in that video that I'm going to be doing Cinema 4D, Adobe After Effects, Photoshop, Sony Vegas Pro, and other programs. And all of these programs, and also Adobe Flash, but all these tutorials are going to lead up to one huge big project. So if you're kind of interested in that, please stay an active subscriber. Now, today we're going to be showing you how to make that intro that you see in the beginning. I will also have it opened here so I can refer back to it at times. So I just have to open this up real quick. I'm going to go step by step and hopefully make this simple. So I'm just here. So I'm going to play the video again, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be focusing on today. We're going to be focusing on this kind of fade in effect with that blur. If you look right there, it's kind of got a blur. We're going to be focusing on the reflection down here, and also the way my URL kind of pops up. And lastly, kind of how we have this scale effect. Are they kind of zooming in? Now, one thing that I did notice I did forget, which I think it's okay because I don't really mind that it's not there. I think it would kind of look bad if it was there. Is the URL does not have a reflection. I realized this last night when I was trying to record this video, but I didn't have my mic plugged in because I'm cool like that. But I'm not gonna do that just because it'll. I mean, I think it just looks just fine the way it is. So I'm gonna keep this open, and I'm gonna open up Adobe After Effects, and we want to go to Composition, New Composition, and put your height. Your height and your width or whatever you want. I prefer 1920 by 1080. I prefer your frame rate to be at 30 and my duration to be 10 seconds. Now I'm just gonna okay. Now that we have our composition made, we want to make some kind of background. As you see here, it's kind of got this cool look to it. So to do that, you want to right click, create a new solid. Just make sure it's make the comp size just okay. Make sure you select this solid, go to Effect, Generate, and Ramp. Now just zoom out a little bit and kind of drag this around, mess around with it. I'm gonna give this kind of a cool sky blue. Alright. Now that we have that, you're gonna need to go. Okay. You need to go into Photoshop, and you will need to create a logo. I have my logo here created, so you just want to make sure you open this up in here and drag it above the solid layer. And let me just, oh my god. I'm just going to, you want to, oh, and once I'm not going to show you how to create this in this tutorial, but you want to make some type of logo. You want to just grab the corner just a bit, and you want to hold down Shift so you can keep the size. And just drag this around, mess around with it to what you want. I'm just going to keep it there for now. You know what? Try that a little bit more. Okay, so now that we have that there, what we want to do is we want to create this reflection look. Now in order to do that, we want to click on our logo, and you want to press Control D. Now on the Mac, it'll be Command D. So now that we have that, what we need to do is we need to turn that. You want to select that duplicated layer that we just made, and you want to drag this down so it's upside down. Then you want to drag. Then hold on Shift to keep it aligned. Just drag that down. Okay. Now that we have that, we want to make this a 3D object. And just to do that, you want to select that layer, click this to turn it to a 3D object. Now if you don't see this down here, you want to just press F4 on your keyboard. So once you have that, you want to go to open this up down here. You go to Transform, and you want to go to your X rotation, and you want to just change it to what you want. -75 is pretty good. this kind of gives it like a look that it's kind of on a countertop. So you have this right here, and then there's a countertop, and it just kind of has that shiny reflection on there. Now, just because we have that, and you get that reflection look going, that's not perfect because it won't be just a whole image. Oop, I did not want to do that. Okay, I just want to drag this over just a bit. Okay, so we want to change the opacity. To do this, select the layer, go to T, change the opacity to negative, not negative, about 25. Oh, not that much. 25. Now we have that shiny look going. We're not completely done with that look because later on we're going to be adding the blurry to make a more reflection look. But now we have that base of it. We want to start adding our keyframes into place. Because right now it's just a solid image standing still the whole time. So what we want to do is we want to select the original logo. We want to press T on the keyboard to open up the opacity and make sure we're selected on the 0 frame. Change the opacity to 0, then click this to give that a keyframe. Then go through your timeline till you want it to kind of come back a little bit past 2 seconds. Then you want to put it to whatever you want. I'm just going to put it to 90 just to give that more of a HD look. Okay, so now that we have that, we want to do the same. Oh, and as you see there, it's kind of got that fading effect. We're going to want to do the same exact thing to our reflective layer. So press T, go to the 0 frame, change it down to 0, keyframe, go to where you want it to come in, right there, put it to 25 this time. Now if we want the video, it kind of comes into play there. It's a little second off maybe or something like that. But yeah, we have a cool looking fading effect. So now what we want to do is we want to add that blurriness that we see in this blurry kind of fade in effect. So we want to select the original logo, and you want to select it, go to Effect, Blur and Sharpen, and add a Gaussian blur. Go to the 0 frame and change the blurriness to 100. Keyframe that. Now go to where you want it to stop blurring a little bit, maybe half 2 seconds, and change it to 0. So now we have that blurriness going on. Now we need to do the same thing to the reflected layer. So select it, go to Effect, Blur and Sharpen, Gaussian blur, put it to 100. Go to where you want it to stop. Now this time instead of putting it back to 0, put it around maybe 35. Because that'll give that reflective look a little bit better. You can see that a little bit better right there. That just kind of gives that reflection a better touch. I just realized, make sure you're pressing the keyframe. I do that a lot when I don't press it. So keyframe 0, where it comes into play, 35. Now we have that, and they're going to kind of blur in. Now that we have that, what we're going to focus on is the drop down effect, or kind of pop-up effect that we have with my URL. So to do that, you want to right click, go to new, just go into the frames where you can see it, just to give this a little bit better. Go to new. One sec, let me do that. Alright, go to new, text, and you're going to type what you want. I'm just going to put it as youtube.com/FloopHD. Now we want to go inside that text that we just made, go to transform, and the position. Just kind of want to move this around just to get it to place where we want it. So now we have that. You might want to adjust the font and everything. Now that we have that, you want to go to, make sure you kind of look at this aligned. Just just let me delete that. Okay, so you want to look how it's aligned here. Follow that, so you see this, and you just want to drag it to where you want it to come into play. So, around there. So now, if you watch it, it'll just, right around there, it'll just kind of pop up on the screen. But that's not what we're going for. We're kind of looking at this. We want it to pop up into play. So what I want to do is select where it should pop up at. Go inside, go to transform. And you want to make this a 3D layer, then go to transform. And where it says X rotation, put it to -90 or -85. -85 for me seems to look better. Keyframe that. Now go to where you want it to stop, so maybe around there. And then you want to put it to 0. Or you might want to mess around with this. So now, if I watch this, it kind of pops up. Now you might want to mess around with the keyframes just to make this look a little bit more professional, depending on what, if you're actually trying, you just want to see how this looks. So now it kind of pops up. We might want to have it kind of drop down or something like that. And I could go a little bit farther and I could kind of make it swing. So I could do that by that, and then I'm not really going for a cool look, I'm just kind of messing around. So now if I play that, looks a little bit different. And right there it kind of wobbles a little bit. That really wasn't that great of an example. I probably should add a little bit more angle to that. But now you have that, we're pretty much good to go. I guess I'm not going to play that because it's actually laggy in here on my computer. But now what we're going to focus on is this scale effect. So to do that, we want to hold on shift and select each layer except for the solid. Right click, go to pre-compose. Just okay. So now this is making it into all one big layer basically. And we just want to go to the 0 frame. Go inside here. And adjust the scale. So I kind of want to go like that. Press the keyframe. Go to the last frame and kind of expand. So now if you were to watch that, it kind of goes from sucking out of the middle to all the way out. Now that's pretty much good to go, and somewhere around the final effect, depending how cool you made this, you might want to, if you have optical flares installed, you might want to add a flare. You might want to add some more effects. Just this was a basic intro, but if you need a quick intro for your channel, this would be kind of cool. So you should get this as your turnout. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and try to stay an active subscriber so you can find out that big project that we're going to be working on.